What's happening, y'all? It is, hold on. It is Wednesday, July 17. I had to double check before I gave you the date. Wednesday, July 17. And we are here a few hours away from the Big Brother premiere night. Now, how many Big Brother premiere nights have I watched live? There was last year, and I do not think that I watched the Big Brother 23 premiere night. So I think this is actually, believe it or not, only my second premiere night that I will ever have been a part of for Big Brother. Hi, Ma. So, Big Brother premiere nights are different than other shows. Like, I don't know why, but a Survivor premiere or a Challenge premiere, not quite like these. The fandom is different. The energy is different. I can't say how the actual show is going to end up, but the night itself has a lot of excitement as we get 16 new house guests. I think that we're getting only 8 of them that are entering the house, and unfortunately, I think it's pre-recorded as well, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we've been waiting for Big Brother for a while. There's a reason why Big Brother, I think, is only 3 months of the year, because I think most of us can only really take 3 months of Big Brother, because it's a very intense show. And it's like there's the show that happens inside the house, and then there's the outside of the house thing that happens with the fandom when they're looking people up, looking up their families, fighting over race and politics and whatever else they decide that they're angry about. And then there's me. Sometimes I'm human. I do get involved in those back and forths, but I usually try to minimize that as much as possible because I like for the things that I'm involved in to be fun for me. I like them to be enjoyable for me. And I didn't start liking Big Brother because of the show High Prince. I think I more started liking it because of the interactions that I had with the people who are fans of the show. Not all of them, mind you, a smaller percentage, but I have found a really nice community between this page and my music and mental health page where I used to stream. And that's the reason why I continue to do this for now. I'm headed to the premiere party. I'm not headed there right now, even though they said the doors open at 6:30. I thought about it, and last year at the premiere, I remember getting there right at the beginning time it showed on the ticket, and I stood in this really, really, really long line. The line was like going out and around the building, and I didn't even get in until about 10 minutes before the show started. And the other thing is, I don't know how other people feel about going to live premiere parties of anything. When it comes to watch parties, I mean specifically going to watch parties, you don't hear the TV, and it's crowded in there. So it looks cool when you look at people's pictures and you look at their videos. I think the coolest part is just being able to watch it with previous house guests and other reality TV people that we've seen on the shows. But in terms of just watching it in the building, I remember last year it was so loud in there and everyone was screaming so loud that you couldn't even hear the TV, and I had to go home and watch the entire thing over again. That's what happens when I've watched the challenge premieres. I think that I saw the Survivor premiere live also, and the same thing for all of those. Like, I mainly went for the content and the interactions with those people. But today I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. Hopefully, I'm bringing my camera along with me. I'm bringing my GoPro camera, so hopefully I'm going to be able to talk to some of the fans. I'm going to go live if I can. We'll see. I'm tired also. I'm actually really tired. I might need a Red Bull or something when I get there. Doesn't even make sense. Hi, Cass. So I decided to hop on the train. I was gonna drive, but it's like the responsibility of driving, and then the traffic, and then finding a place to park, and it's right in 32nd Street. 32nd Street is 33rd Street, I mean, in Manhattan is a very central tourist area. So the parking is high, and it's hard to find street parking. And you don't know if your car is going to be safe. That shirt will get you noticed 100. This is the same shirt that I wore when I was walking through Old Navy. This is the same Old Navy shirt that I wore when y'all wanted me to shop in Old Navy. I did not actually go out and get a shirt this year. It is what it is. Premiere parties are better in the Discord. To be honest, I actually prefer watching premieres in my house. I really do. I really prefer watching them on my TV in my house. But why would you say I'm going? Well, obviously because now I'm a content creator. So you basically have to be at these things. It makes no sense not to be there, especially living in a place like New York, which I don't know how much longer I'm going to live in New York, but while I'm here, at least, it makes sense for me to take advantage of the opportunities that most of these people have some kind of parties over here in New York. So yeah, so the people I'm most excited to see. I mean, there was a lot of people on the flyer, so Mama Fee, she should be pretty funny. I definitely want to see Mimi, as y'all know. Whether I'm gonna ask her for an interview or not, I don't know. I'll be honest. When it comes to Big Brother, after a year has gone by, my interest in interviewing them goes down. But on the other hand, I had a great Hannah interview and an Alyssa interview, which were almost 2 years after their seasons were over. So thank you, Melody. Moved to Wisconsin. I've been to Wisconsin a few times in my life, and it just wasn't fun. I'd move to Canada way before I would move to Wisconsin, to be honest with you. Chill out, Prince. He's right. That's one thing that I will ever agree with him about, is that I would not make a group trip to Wisconsin. The first time I was in Wisconsin was, I don't even know, 99. I was in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and we did a camping trip over there. I think the camping trip was like 1, maybe 2 weeks. But it was just not an enjoyable place. I need something in between New York and Wisconsin. Not geographically, but just in terms of boring to the city that never sleeps, like something in between those two areas. The trees and grass and the cattle. Funny enough, the place that I grew up in Canada was probably more like Wisconsin than it is like New York. I will be in Virginia in a couple of days. My little cousin is getting married. So we will be there for her wedding. So I'm basically squeezing this in prior to that. But I love it. You know, I'm tired now because I'm just finishing work not that long ago. So my mind is still decompressing from work. That's actually part of why I haven't left yet. I'm like, let me just sit here, decompress, What is going on in Virginia? I don't know what's going on in Virginia, but the DMV area, which y'all for some reason think is the Department of Motor Vehicles, there's a lot of things going on in that whole area. Washington, D.C. is right there, depending on where you are. Maryland. There's a lot of things going on in that area. But I learned that Virginia is actually quite big. It's bigger than I thought. It's like Pennsylvania in a sense of like, you think, oh, Pennsylvania is not that big. But if you drive from one end of Pennsylvania to the other end of Pennsylvania, like if they have an event in Yardley, Pennsylvania, for anyone who knows that area, I can get there in an hour and a half. If they have an event in like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, now we're talking 6-hour drive. So there's parts of Pennsylvania, like I was just in Pennsylvania this past weekend, Palmerton, Pennsylvania, and that was still a good distance, but Pittsburgh is like I wouldn't drive there unless I was taking a road trip. Milwaukee. I know their basketball team, and that's about the only thing I know about Milwaukee. I just know that every gas station was like gas station / supermarket. You just drive for days, and there's just scenery of trees, and there's no people. What is in Virginia except for King's Dominion? As somebody who visits upstate New York for family, 90% of our 6.5-hour trip is Penn State. Yeah. Penn State takes a very long time to drive through. Definitely. That's why I got stray cats. Hella stray cats as friends. You know, I have hella stray cats. They're not my friends, but I don't know who does this. I always wondered why all the cats, like the cat choir, congregates outside my window at night. I'm always hearing these cats meowing and fighting. And I was like, why do they keep coming to my backyard? Some neighbor of mine buys cat food and puts the cat food in front of our house. So all the stray cats in the neighborhood are in front of our house. I'm like, adopt them or something. Like, don't put the food in front of our house. Like, put the food in front of your house and be like, I want to take you and feed you and love you, instead of making sure that they all congregate at my house and keep me up at night. Ed can hear you in Discord. You scared the crap out of me. I love cats too. I don't love them making noise outside my window at night. I do not love that. That is not fun for me. I feel bad when I see them though during the day. I definitely feel bad for them when I see them hanging under the cars and eating out of trash cans and stuff. Anyways, the cast for Big Brother 26. We talked about this already, but the cast looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty diverse. We don't have as many older players as we thought. We have a couple of them over 50, and everyone else is 20s and 30s. That's Angela and Kenny are in their 50s. Everyone else is like 20s and 30s. So it's a younger group to me, in my opinion. It's kind of a younger group. We saw their casting videos. You can only get so much from the casting videos. So what I wanted to say about Big Brother 2, just jumping into the game. At the beginning, when the game first started, And when I mean when the game first started, I mean Big Brother Season 1. When Big Brother Season 1 first started, some minds got together and created a game and said, you have to be in this house X amount of days. These are the games that you're going to play. You can win head of household, power, veto, whatever they decided. They created the game. And before anybody knew the game, they came into the house and it's like, I'm just going to come in there and find the rules, or learn the rules rather, and then figure out how to play the game. After some years went by, we all pretty much know the game. They don't change too much about the game. What they change is the people who are playing the game. And as we've seen in the last few years in particular, it's a social experiment. You're more playing the players than you are the game. So you're coming in there, you're seeing the people who overplay, you're seeing the people who underplay, you're seeing the people who are recruits. That's a trend that we've been getting in the last few years. A lot of recruits. Like last year, there was so many recruits. And it's like, those recruits were so fun to watch at the beginning because they were so hectic. But then at the same time, you're like, they're so helter-skelter that they're going to burn out. And they did. The strategy was terrible. And then I just remember them laying around after like week 2 or 3. Oh, I'm so stressed. Do we really have to be here 100 days? And I'm like, y'all did 30, 40 days worth of gameplay in a week. Every season 1 of every show was like that. If you got where I was going with it, for anyone who actually got where I was going with it, which was not what the Big Brother rules are, but just to say the rules of a game that you don't know. If you just come in to a first season of any show, you get in there and then somebody's explaining the rules and you're figuring out the rules as you go. Whereas when you're 26 seasons in, Cass, I don't know, I don't even know how to respond to that. But when you're 26 seasons into a show, you've seen the games already. So you're coming in there and you're trying to manipulate the other people. Actually, if you look at the bios, a lot of them said something to that effect. I'm going to gain these people's trust and then I am going to manipulate them. So that's what everyone is pretty much thinking about at this point. Even the ones that don't watch the game, even the ones that don't watch the show and the ones that aren't super fans of the show that watched it prior and studied it prior, they're probably like, at the end of the day, this game is the influencer game. Like, this is just the game about becoming an influencer and being the most popular and being the most well-connected. So I can not necessarily know the history of the game and still go in there and potentially win. Like Taylor, I think Jag called himself a super fan, but when I was watching him and the type of conversations that he was having, I was like, I don't quite know if you're a super fan. Like, Izzy was a super fan for real. I think Jag was just a fan. Jag was like semi-casual, I feel like. And I will see Jag tonight, and I'm going to tell him that he's the most dominant, strategic player in Big Brother history. Yeah, it's interesting that that actually the majority of the BB25 cast is going to be there in the building. So that's going to be interesting. I felt a weight about a lot of their gameplay. I think I will have met the whole BB25 cast as of tonight, with the exception of Kirsten, who is not going anymore, and who else did I not meet? Oh, Luke, Kirsten and Luke. But I think based on who's on that flyer and the fact that I already met Izzy, Jared, and Sari months ago, I will have met everybody from that cast. I know there's gonna be. I don't know if Tiffany's coming, but I know all the other members of the Cookout are coming. I have met all of them before, except Xavier. But Xavier is actually coming. Hannah said that he doesn't come to any of these things, and I've never seen him on any of these flyers, so it's gonna be a first. It's gonna be his first time. But it's pretty cool. Like I'm gonna show more footage than I did last year, because last year it was my first time going there, so I didn't really know the landscape. So I was just kind of taking it in. But this time, I'm going prepared. I have my GoPro here. I have my extra battery in here. I thought about bringing my tripod, but I just don't feel like holding a tripod at this point. Big D, yeah, Big D is going to be it. Big D has been at almost every single one of any of these things that I have been to. Big D is in Philly, or I don't know if he's in Philly specifically, but he's in PA. And I can't remember the last time I have not seen him at one of these events. I've seen him at every Survivor event. I've seen him at every Big Brother event. I haven't seen him at any challenge events. He does not come to challenge events, which is kind of surprising because if you follow his social media, he's a big challenge fan. But yeah, just to prepare y'all, what's up YTC? Just to prepare y'all about Paramount Plus. For those who don't know, Paramount Plus has now taken away the ability to go back on the feeds, and I just learned that was a feature last year. I was like, what do you guys mean I rewound the feed? Because I would always be talking to people, because I used to just, if I missed something, I would just go on Twitter and watch the recap pages or the pages that have the little 2 to 3 minute clips. And then I would say, oh yeah, such and such was having a conversation with this person. And then someone would be like, no, I rewound the feeds and watched all 2 hours of that conversation, and what you're saying is not true. And I'm like, rewind? Because I could never rewind it on the Paramount Plus app on my TV. But then I got on the computer and I was like, oh snap, I can actually go back and see stuff that I miss. So it sucks that they took that away. I feel like Damage Control, even though people are still going to be recording the stuff and they're going to be posting it, but CBS is probably also going to get more strict about taking people's live feeds down. So just to let y'all know, I am no longer posting any of that Big Brother content. I'm not posting it in my shorts. I'm not posting it on my stories or whatever. I'm not posting it as a video. I'm just not posting it. I'm just going to be speaking about it. What I might do is, if I want to do like a live feed night, I might just watch on my computer with my headphones in and talk to y'all, and we all watch at the same time. Because as fun as it was, I still remember sitting here like a security guard, going from camera to camera and being like, which camera y'all want me to go on? Camera 4, camera 2, camera 1. Oh, it's raining now. That is not cool. I mean, it's good in a sense because it's been so hot out here, but in another sense, it's making me reconsider whether I'm going to drive or not. Jack's speech is the most viewed video I have. Let me find Jack's speech, actually. I feel like there's a part of it that I'm missing. I am the most dominant, strategic. I've seen people do that on other shows. You've seen people do what? Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna hop off here, but I will be back throughout the night. I'll definitely be back throughout the night. I'll be posting content. I'll be getting pictures, videos, all that good stuff. Thanks for joining me. Day one. And when I come back tonight, for whoever is up late, I'm probably going to do a short feed. A short live. I keep calling it a live feed. I'm probably going to do a short live video just to get in one post-show video for tonight. A watch party with headphones. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I might do. That's what I might do this season. All right, y'all. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments who you're rooting for this season. Let me know who you're rooting for. Who do you want to win? Who's your favorites based on who you've seen so far? And I'll talk to y'all soon.